Okay, so today's cookie chat was titled Goal Getter, but we're going to talk about that and also about preparing for delivery. So I know a couple of you have been on these chats before. My name's Amy Page. I'm the product program manager for Girl Scouts of Eastern South Carolina, and I'll have my email address at the end. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. All right. So first, what we're going to do is recap kind of where we are. We're like halfway through the sale. So initial orders are submitted. Payments for the traditional orders should have been made by now. So that would be anything in the initial order tab, but you're not going to pay for the DOC Girl Delivery or the booth orders. DOC Girl Delivery they're already paid for, and booth orders will get paid for at the end. So just the number of cookies for initial payment. So hopefully you've already calculated those things, and this is old news. Delivery stations have been submitted now. So after you placed your initial order, you would have picked a delivery location. If not, then we would have picked it for you based on your location. So everybody's been asking, when is delivery? How do I know what day? How do I know what time? That's going to be figured out in the next week or so. So now that we have the initial orders from all of you, and we're officially submitting that tomorrow morning with the bakery, then we'll be working with the bakery and our delivery agents to work out the time frames of when you should show up and what day you should show up for. But February 16th through 18th is when our delivery is happening. Another thing that I want to point out, less exciting, we have a lot of girls that haven't even started selling yet. We're hoping that it's that they just haven't started yet, that they're going to. But definitely take a look at your troops and see if there's any girls that haven't been gotten their start on the sale, and maybe reach out to them and see what's going on. Maybe talk about some ways to motivate them. So we'll look at some things they can do later in this webinar. So all initial orders, including the booth order for your troop, are guaranteed by the bakery. So that's the benefit of getting that initial order in instead of waiting till after the cookies are here and in the cupboards, that they know what you want, so they're sending it specifically for you. If you ordered any Toffee-tastics for your girl orders or for the initial booth orders, those orders are guaranteed to be fulfilled. And I say that because right now, as a council, we're on a waiting list to be able to have Toffee-tastics in our cupboards and our warehouses for your additional needs for sales and for booths. So we're hoping that we will have some, but we aren't guaranteed any, so that's why that initial order is important. But we should have plenty of s'mores to meet demand. So our two specialty cookies are the ones that it's a guarantee if you order them up front. If you wait, then kind of luck of the draw. So now we're in our goal getter phase. So that started January 22nd, the day after the pre-sale ended, and it goes till February 19th. So on February 20th is when our cupboards and warehouses open up, that you can place additional orders. So when girls turned in their cookie order cards with their pre-sale orders, they should have been handed a goal getter order card. So it's just a one-page piece of copy paper with the order information on it. I've attached that to our webinar. So if you don't have those for your girls or you need copies, there's a PDF there in the handout section here. So everyone should have that. That way they can keep on selling, and then you'll collect the goal getter cards and pick up any additional cookies from those sales at the cupboards or warehouses starting February 20th. So that's the end of the goal getter. Or you can use cookies from your initial booth sale order to fill those goal getter orders. So keep in mind that Toffee-tastic has been in high demand, so we can't guarantee that it'll be in the cupboards. So you should let your parents and girls know that now, so that if they get those DOC for delivery orders, we might not have enough Toffee-tastics. but if it's an online order for shipped, then that will definitely still come to them, or if your troop has already placed an order for extra toffees, then you might be okay. So this time is when girls can contact customers they missed in January, and also work on finding new customers. Just as a reminder, digital cookie can be used during the entire sale. Some people thought it was just for the pre-sale or just for the booth sale, but it's the whole thing. So now that initial orders are submitted and we have a few weeks until delivery, now's a good time to work with your girls and review their goals for the cookie season. So that's what's really important about the cookie program, and why I like to call it a program instead of a sale, is that we're trying to teach the girls skills that they can use for a lifetime, not just about cookie flavors. So do you have any girls that haven't sold anything? Do you know why that is? Is there something serious stopping them from selling, or do they just not know what to do? So now's a good time to find ways to use the girls that have been selling to motivate those girls that haven't, remind them of the rewards, but also help them work towards the intangible benefits of the cookie program. So using that excitement of the girls that like selling cookies to help the others, and also keep in mind that not only is it what's on the back of the reward card, but also earning troop profits and helping them do fun things throughout the year. So keep those things in conversation when you're with your troops. All right, so some ways to increase sales during this phase. These are some ideas out of our cookie handbook. So you can use door hangers to catch customers when going door to door if they're not home. Then they could give you a call later for cookies. There's recipe cards available at that website there, the tinyurl.com/GSESC 2017 cookies. You can find stuff on our website, girlscoutsesc.org. Use social media to let people know it's cookie season. But when you're using social media, only share the link with close family and friends. We still want this to be a girl-led program, so that is something that our council finds really important, to make sure that safety is kept in mind, and that the girls are just reaching out to family and friends that maybe don't live next door, but people they know. So the link is not allowed to be shared on public Facebook pages or with large groups that you don't know personally. So there are some closed Facebook groups that are very small, and that's okay. If you know everyone on there, that's great. But there's also some closed Facebook groups of 18,000 people, so those are not okay. So just keep that in mind. You can use some e-cards off of littlebrownie.com, and now's also a good time to contact local businesses for sales, and maybe suggest they buy the whole case. So buying 12 packages of cookies at a time instead of just 1 or 2. Maybe they have an event or something coming up. You could just kind of suggest some things there. So there's also cute clip art on littlebrownie.com. So if you are on social media and trying to push the sale, this is a good example of how to do that. So just saying that they're, trying to reach their goals, it's time to buy cookies, and saying that there is a cookie finder app that will help them find you when it's booth time. So we are trying to put everyone's booth locations and times into eBuddy this year, so that you can be, your booth can be found, and we can help sales that way. Okay, and while we're here, if anyone has a question, we can just kind of take a break for a minute. If you want to raise your hand, then I'll call on you. If no hands are raised, then I'll go ahead and move on. Okay, I think we're good. If I see any hands pop up, I'll try to take a break and let you answer any questions. So next we're looking at eBuddy, and what this is going to be like for orders moving forward. So now that you've placed your initial order, we know what you want for that initial booth order. If you need additional cookies out of the cupboards and warehouses, which we expect that you will, to fill those girl delivery, go-getter orders, and also for booths past that first weekend. So in eBuddy, you're in your troop, and you're going to go to the Transaction tab. It might be a good idea if you don't know how to do this, if you want to take a screenshot of this presentation, or if you want to reflect back to it later. But you're going to the Transaction tab, you'll click Add a Transaction, and then this little blue screen will pop up. So you're going to select what variety of cookie you want and how many, enter the pickup date and time, what pickup cupboard you're going to, or warehouse. That's where it says Dale J. Cook Warehouse. Under Product Movement, you select Add Product, like it has here, and then you're going to order by full cases. So instead of entering individual packages, you'll use the left side there, and once all that's complete, you'll click OK, and that will be your pending order. So as we said in the cookie training this year, we do need you to place that order at least 48 hours before you plan on picking it up. That way we can keep a good eye on our inventory in different cupboards and warehouses and make sure that the cookies you need are there, and then if you're not using them, that someone else can. Anyone have any questions on eBuddy part? Okay, I think we're all good. So we're going to move on. This is just kind of a refresher for Cookies in Hand. So a feature in the Digital Cookie mobile app that if you're face-to-face with a customer and they want to use a credit card, the girl will enter the amount of packages customers purchasing, enter their credit card information, and then hand the cookies to the customer. The sale amount will be reflected in eBuddy, just like you've seen with digital cookie transactions. And if you sell using the Cookies in Hand feature, instead of using a Square, then GSESC will absorb the credit card fees for you, so you won't have to pay for them. Your customers won't have to take on that cost. It'll still be $4 for Mint if they pay with a credit card or with cash. So no fees are passed to the customer. Something else we've talked about before, the 5 for 5. So this drawing is going to happen April 29th. 5 winners will be chosen and contacted during the Birthday Bonanza event. We have received several of these along with the initial order payments. So if you want to go ahead and turn them in, you can, or if you want to hold on to these until the end, that's fine too. We just need to get them all by March 14th so that we have them and ready to go for the Birthday Bonanza event. So a customer can complete 1 entry form for every 5 packages that they purchase. So they're not limited to just 1 entry into the contest. You can turn it in to us with your money for booths or from the initial. But don't do it if you're not going to turn it in. This is to help with raising more troop funds for you. The average customer purchases 3 packages, but this promotion can help motivate them to purchase 5. So if they purchase 5, then they have the chance of winning 5 cases of cookies. And it can also be used with the Troop Gift of Caring or Operation Cookie Drop. So if you have any questions about any of that, feel free to contact me and I can kind of explain more. It's also in your cookie handbook. So vouchers should have been included with cookie program materials, and we've sent them out another time as well. So if you don't have these for some reason, let me know. But the information is on page 7 if you're looking at your cookie handbook. So now we're going to look at rewards. So here's your girl order card for 2017. The pre-sale rewards on the right, those are the ones that girls have been earning the last 3 weeks. So this year, what's different than before is that the pre-sale rewards are going to come when your initial order is delivered. So we'll need you to print out or have record of how many of each of the rewards you're supposed to have for your troop. That way, when you're at delivery, you will know what you're supposed to get because you'll be getting these at that time. So you can make sure you have 15 necklaces, 5 owls, and 2 picnic baskets. The free membership and the Sandy Ridge camp experience, for girls that earn those, the camp experience, they have already emailed out about that information, and I believe for the membership, they'll be emailing out straight to those parents in the next week or so. So you really just have to know for the top 3 pre-sale rewards how many you need. But all of these rewards on the card are cumulative, so even if you earn those things on the right during pre-sale, that doesn't stop you from earning any of the things on the left. So if you sell 1,000 packages and you sold over 504 during pre-sale, you get all the things on the right in the pre-sale category. Then you get the 36 plus theme patch, the super seller patch, and the personalized medal and free admission. So everything's cumulative there. So now we're going to take a look at Birthday Bonanza. So the early bird registration was originally ending today. We've extended that till February 28th so that it will continue being $30 per person until the end of February. So it's not too late to sign up. If you have parents that say, well, I think we're going to earn this, but I'm not really sure, go ahead and have them sign up with Early Bird. They would get refunded if their girl ends up earning that experience. The overnight option, which is if a girl sells over 2,000 packages, if she earns that reward, she will still get to do the overnight, but it's no longer available for just anybody. It filled up, so that would be something that they need to earn. So now, cookie chats. So that's the end pretty much for tonight. This is just our schedule. So the next one is February 21st. We're going to talk about booths, decorating them, permissions, everything important to do with booths. So sign up for that February 21st. And then after that, we'll talk about closing out your sale. So if you've missed any cookie chats up to this point, you can see what they were there, and they're available on the Girl Scouts of Eastern South Carolina YouTube page, and also you can find the links through the cookie page on our girlscoutsesc.org website. And here is my email address, so if you have any questions and don't want to answer them during the webinar, you can just shoot me an email and we'll figure out whatever the answer is to your question. But I'll go ahead and open it up. If you all have any questions, just raise your hand and then I'll call on you and we'll see what you have to say. All right, well, I don't see any hands raised, so I'm going to go ahead and close out the webinar. Thank you all for joining me. Like I said, if you have any questions, just send me an email at Amy Page at girlscoutsesc.org email address, and I'll be happy to help you all. Have a great night.